Hi you guys, this is Aqua Moonlight. Thank you so much for stopping by. So I am here to do a twin flame update. So this is going to be obviously for the twin flames out there. Whoever is resonating with the twin flame journey, let's just go ahead and do an update on where the energies are at, okay? So this is going to be just kind of like an intuitive freestyle reading here. I'm just going to shuffle here on camera instead of laying it out like I usually do for this update, okay? So anything that you guys could be experiencing on this twin flame journey right now as we enter October 2019. So this is going to be kind of like a fresh energy, but also just understanding where things are at right now, okay? So let's go ahead and start with actually a theme here from this Soul Purpose Tarot, or Oracle, I should say. So Spirit, let's get some messages for the Twin Flame Collective. Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine energies. What needs to come through for anybody who is on the Twin Flame journey at this point? What is currently going on within the Twin Flame Collective? Please use me as a clear channel for the energies within and around the Twin Flame Collective. So what is the theme here? The Twin Flames. What is the theme for the Twin Flames? Trust. Wow, so look at this. We have doubt with trust. So immediately what I feel with this is that if any of you are feeling doubt right now, trust. Okay, so those are contradictory energies, which just tells me that some of you might be feeling like, you know, things are not really going too well, or that you feel doubtful about this connection. And I'm not really the type of reader to, you know, hang on to, you know, coming into reconciliation only. It's just really about the journey. Whatever happens, happens is the way I see it. And so this could be doubt about yourself. This could be doubt about your purpose. This could be doubt about your value or your worth. You know, anything like that. There's a lot of lessons that are happening right now. A lot of things are tests too. So with the trust card, Spirit does want you to know right away that if you are having doubts about anything right now, just trust, you know, because Spirit has, it says here, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. So some of you could be sort of like, you know, feeling things in a form of illusion, you know, like getting yourself all in a doubtful mindset or negative mindset where you don't really believe the good things are coming towards you, or maybe you hear something good and you don't really believe it. Again, whether or not this is just your own journey, it just really feels like right now is a time to trust, is what Spirit wants to say. What else is going on in the Twin Flame Collective? We have received. What's the doubt here? Twin Flame Collective energies. October. Yeah, it's a very divinely led energy right now. So some of you just really need to hear that it's not, some of you are really thinking about the past too, or somebody else is thinking about the past, your counterpart here. We have contemplation with nostalgia. And then we have received with guide and surrender. See, it's time to surrender here at this point. So a lot of you are just in this position where you may feel kind of like a resistance to letting go. And letting go just means letting Spirit take control, or letting Spirit just guide you. And so with this guide here, to me, I just see this as like a lantern in the forest. You know, things are being guided in the right direction right now. Just trust. Look at this purple, indigo, third eye, crown chakra. You know, it's just really about going in the right direction at this point. So with received, I kind of feel like this is receiving guidance from above. This is receiving guidance from, you know, whoever you believe in, you know. But with contemplation and nostalgia too, for some of you, I feel like you may be kind of intuitively connecting with your twin flame, or with, you know, yeah, your twin flame. And it could be very, you know, you could be receiving those messages from your twin flame. And if you are doubting that you are, just trust that you are, is what I'm getting to. Okay? So what's this trust here for? I'm not going to take those too many. What's the trust here for the Twin Flame Collective? Yes, trust that a fresh start is happening right now. Yeah, some of you are feeling like there's been a lot of victim consciousness here. You may feel like a victim of what's been happening. Again, with the doubt energy there, like either you're doubting yourself or you're doubting your twin or you're doubting the journey. And I feel like with the reinvention, the answer is yes, and fresh start. See, everything is happening for divine reason right now. You're being guided in the right direction. So just really, it's kind of like a very relieving energy. So if you guys are feeling kind of pent up and stressed, just try to trust that the messages that you're receiving, either from your twin flame or from spirit, is going to lead you into this right direction. You're being guided. So if you're receiving signs too and things like that, it really is about trusting that the signs are on your path here. Okay, so this is, I mean, this says it all. The answer is yes, fresh start and reinvention. And there's like no head here, you know, so it's like you can reinvent whatever you want to be. And so just trust that this victim here, you're only keeping yourself a victim of your own mind is really what I'm getting, especially with that contemplation. I'm hearing a message too with contemplation, nostalgia, and victim. Some of you, again, could be kind of like making up stories or, you know, thinking the worst or thinking negative things. And it's just really it's really just the doubt on your shoulder, you know, the victim on your shoulder that's telling you not to believe or not to trust. Okay, so just know that. Spirit is on your side right now, and they really want you to know that you're being guided on the right path. Okay, so let's look at the divine masculine energy. Could be the divine masculine side of yourself, or this could just be, you know, your divine masculine, or, you know, just however you want to relate this here. Let's take a look at the divine masculine energy right now in the Twin Flame Collective. What's being highlighted here for divine masculine energy? Yes, beautiful, beautiful energy. We have surrender with balance. Look at that. We have God of Love, and we have Goddess of Rage. And we do have Isis here at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to clarify these actually using the tarot here, but these two cards are obviously surrender and balance. It's about having that perfect, intricate balance and surrendering, and this is actually a very balancing pose here too. So it's just surrendering, and we just had surrender. So I feel like a lot of what's going on right now is that people are surrendering to what's right. People are surrendering to what's real, what's authentic, what's love, you know. And with the God of Love here, this is the God, so to me it's more of a masculine energy. It's a number 11. So it's going forth to love. I'm getting a message here though. Let me go ahead and clarify this with the tarot before I say it. What's going on within the divine masculine's energy right now? Let's just get some overall energies here for the divine masculine at this point in the journey. Where's the divine masculine at? What's going on within and around the divine masculine? Within and around the divine masculine. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm getting with this, we have the Magician, the Seven of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the Temperance. Very, very healing energy here. I do feel like with the Goddess of Magic here, this is not going to be for everybody, certainly not. But with the Isis here and the lightning, I feel like there's been some people around the masculine's life that have been, maybe not consciously, but, and I don't think the masculine really knew, but maybe keeping a little bit of a illusion around the masculine's energy here. And, you know, it could be karmic partners, it could be anything like that. And it kind of feels like with the Five of Cups, the Four of Swords, and the healing energy here, this is this beautiful energy that's coming into balance for the divine masculine here, balance and surrender. So there's really a need to contemplate and to heal from whatever has been tumultuous in their life. And I do feel like with the Seven of Cups, as temptations or people who don't have the best interests at heart towards the divine masculine. Of course, it could be the masculine himself, but it does feel kind of more external with the Magician and the Seven of Cups here, like keeping a sense of grip on the energy of the masculine to make them feel lower than they are. And I think that that's what's being highlighted here, is that it's time to recover and it's time to heal from these things at this point, okay? Divine masculine energy. What's going on within the divine masculine's energy, within and around? Yeah, they're going through a lot of profound lessons right now, and my lamp is changing colors again. Yeah, this is exactly what I was going to say. Karmic partner and victim. When I saw this goddess of rage here, I just felt like I just feel, you know, kind of like a weird energy here. And this came through in my last reading as well. I think there's been a lot of illusion that the masculine has been under. And again, I don't think they consciously know, like, okay, somebody's evil, or, you know, not like that. It's just kind of like an energy, like energy vampires or energy around them that has been just simply keeping them from their best interest and from their own balance within themselves. So these are really, really pivotal and profound lessons that the masculine has been going through for a long time now. But it feels like it's been kind of keeping them from seeing the light at the end of the tunnel for themselves. And that's just really unfortunate, but that's just what I feel has been happening here. Yeah, divine timing and winter here. And we have stuck at the bottom. So I feel like this is actually shifting into more of movement here. But right now, the lessons are still unfolding for the divine masculine. And this is, again, very essential. So they could be dealing with somebody who, with this goddess of rage here, it could be people, again, around them that are keeping them kind of tied in a victim mentality. The karmic partnerships are really being highlighted lately from what I've been picking up on. And I think that that's where they're at this point, is that they're having to deal with the lessons of that in order to heal and move forward and surrender and find balance. So a lot of them are just really not happy anymore with where their current life is and the people that have been around them. Things could have been exposed. Yeah, the Justice card, lots of karmic entanglements here. I'm just going to get a couple of these and then we'll look at the masculine's headspace. Divine masculine, what's within and around? Yeah, see, there's been a woman here, and we have the fox as well at the bottom. Let me clarify this woman. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could be more of a feminine energy. Yeah, you know, it's kind of weird, and this is definitely not going to resonate with everybody because it depends on what you believe in, but I'm getting a very strong message that somebody's been keeping kind of the masculine under a form of control or a form of at least illusion. And again, not in a way where they may be sitting there doing spells or anything. It's just kind of in a way where it's been energetically wise, it hasn't been matching up to the authentic purpose of the divine masculine, I feel. And this has been keeping an air of confusion. I just saw the whip too, which is very controlling. And we do have the goddess of rage here with the moon, the confusion, the karmic partner, the victim, the Seven of Cups, illusion with the magic. So, you know, it's like really a big lesson that the masculines have to go through just on life and journey, not even towards the feminine, but just in general, to surrender the things that are no longer keeping them in balance or in check with who they are. And number 6 here, number 6 here. So there's a lot of past things going on, past life stuff happening here as well. So I just really feel like it's an essential lesson, you know, to deal with another feminine character perhaps that had to teach them the lesson of surrender. Okay, so that's where they're at. That's what's around them. But the good part is that we did have the Temperance with the Four of Swords. So that's telling me that it's putting things to rest. It's putting any heartbreak to rest, any feelings of anxiety, and the Temperance is really balancing the scales here. Okay, so let's look at the masculine's headspace. That was kind of just like their energy or what's around them, but I want to see where their headspace is at, what they're thinking at this point in life and just in general. So where is the masculine's headspace at this point? Where is the divine masculine side of this, you know, dynamic? Where is the headspace? Thoughts, energy, focus. what's in the mind right now? Where's the energy of the Divine Masculine's headspace? Yeah, it's beautiful healing energy. We have the Six of Swords here. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Swords, which is, I think, what's been being stepped away from here with the awareness, the Magician. And the Seven of Pentacles is at the bottom. So, yeah, this is opening new portals and new beginnings. This man here, Six of Swords, he's walking away from the Five of Swords, and he's having this this light here, you know, it's being shown, and he's moving into a more aware part of himself, because we have the Magician. We have 1, 1, 1, which, you know, to me symbolizes new beginnings. And with the Seven of Swords, though, I kind of feel like this is actually more of a, like, how should I explain? Like, you move away from something toxic, you move away from something that's draining your energy, and then once you get over to the other side of the you know, the ocean, I'm just picturing the traditional Rider-Waite, where you're on the boat, and you go to the other side, and then it's kind of like, where do I go now? You know, how do I plan how I'm going to get away from the things that I've been experiencing? So it's more of like a plan to me. It's more of like, trying to get away with things, but in a positive way, in a way where they're actually having more awareness about what would fulfill them, but they might have to go against what other people think or what other people say or what other people want for them in order to do what's best for them. Because the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands promises a new potential. So the universe has given the masculines like a new potential for love, and also for something passionate, as in maybe like an, you know, this could be creative, it could be artwork, you know, things like that, or just a creative opportunity. This could be travel, it could be like a new job offer, and they are now having the tools that they need. It's kind of like, I'm getting this energy where the universe drops it all on the masculine, like saying, okay, this is what you have to work with. You know, you have this tool, you have these tools, go for it. And then they have to kind of plan it out on their own. It's a lesson, it's a test for them to make sure that they can be a sly fox, but in a good way, in a way where they have to go in the pathways of making their life where they want it to be. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So I'm actually going to use my deck here. This is my new Oracle deck. It's called the Untold Truths of the Heart Oracle. If you guys are interested, I have it on pre-order right now in my Etsy shop. Let's see what else we have going on for the masculine in their headspace right now. It just feels very solitary. It feels very fresh. It feels like it's just simply a new chance. It's like a new clean slate is what I'm getting. And now they have to kind of find the tools and use them in the right way. They're given a shot at using things the right way. Okay. Where's the masculine's headspace? What are they dealing with in their personal life right now? Where's their headspace? Yep, beautiful. So we have here beginnings. Yeah, okay, so we have loss here, which again I think is them having to go through a loss. And the loss doesn't have to, it could be anything, but you have here walking away, letting go, releasing, walking away and moving on. They really just had to release something that just wasn't serving, and I think we've been seeing that, and it could have been a multitude of things. But I feel like what's happening now is that we have roaming wild, beginnings, established, family, triumph, and security, and confessions with the unspoken words at the bottom. So there's been a lot of unspoken words that the masculine has, either towards the feminine or just in their personal life. And I'm getting two messages with this. With the established, when I created this deck, I had envision of like a home, you know, family, triumph, security, so being kind of like a Four of Wands energy. So I'm either getting that they had to leave behind something that they thought was very stable for them, and it's a time of going through grieving of the loss of that in order to now have a new beginning, or they're just really focused on their stability moving forward and having the tools to make things work for themselves. So I kind of feel like with this roaming wild, I'm going to get a sip of water real quick, excuse me. My throat's so dry. I kind of feel like with this roaming wild, It says free-spirited risks and possibilities, and I'm getting the same energy that I had for the Seven of Swords. It's like somebody who, again, is given these opportunities, and you just have to work with them the way that you want to, and you have the shot now to make them how you want them to be, if that makes sense. And with the beginnings here too, fresh start and chance. See, they're given a chance here to confess. We have unexpected message, unveiling, and justification. So along with these two here, there's things that have to be spoken. There's things that have to be spoken about in the right way. And they have to plan how to do this. Again, maybe apologies to other people in their life, maybe to the feminine. It just feels like a turn of events for the better for the masculines to be able to now utilize their tools in the right way. And so with the roaming wild, it's like these giraffes here just have every possibility. It says possibilities. Every possibility is open to them right now, and it's just really about how they can again use the tools that they are now given with their new sense of awareness. And it took going through a loss. It took going through a loss to be able to do this, but it's kind of like that phrase, you know, you don't know what you have until it's gone. And I'm not only talking about a person or divine feminine. I'm just talking about in general, like, you know, you could have lost valuable friends in the process, or just what was right for you at one point. And it's about taking the new opportunity and seizing it here. Well, the Empress just keeps wanting to fly out, so it's kind of like, yeah, losing me. So let's clarify the loss here. What is this? What's highlighted here for the masculine? What was lost or let go of in their headspace and their energy? Yeah, the Lovers, the Four of Cups, and the Star. Feels more like a missed opportunity. It's either a missed opportunity or something that just didn't have any hope to it. Probably most likely a love connection, again, with karmic partner we had earlier that didn't have any hope to it anymore, okay? And it feels like that's what has been lost, so they may have had to go through that, you know, that healing energy there. What was lost for the masculine's headspace? Yeah, burdens. It could be about money here too, is what I'm seeing. And what's interesting is that this came through for a couple zodiac signs this month. With the burden and the fish here, the abundance, it may have been a situation that was more based on materialism or something like that. And it wasn't really emotionally fulfilling here. It may have been kind of superficial in a way, is what I'm seeing. So either way, there's just been a loss of something that they thought maybe was right for them, or that they thought was going to be what would fulfill them. And it didn't really fill up that cup of love. It may have. With the Three of Cups, before the Four of Cups, it's fun. It's all fun and games, but then it kind of just gets boring. It gets dull. It gets to be burdensome. And in the process, they lost what was valuable. So over here, masculine's headspace. There it is, Ace of Wands again. We have the King of Cups, we have the Moon, we have the Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles with the Chariot at the bottom. This specifically could be Cancer energy. So I feel like with the Moon and the King of Cups, this is... This is, again, very deep emotions. With the Moon and the King of Cups, it's things that are more... I kind of feel like it's intuitive, too. It's more of a psychic level awareness as well, because I feel like it's time to prioritize correctly, is, again, what I'm seeing. They're given, like, pentacles to juggle in a way where it's time to, again, proceed in a way that's going to be much more ambitious, if that makes sense, too. It's like, with the Moon, it feels more like a... It feels more like a psychic, intuitive awareness the masculines are having here that they may have tucked away. Because the Seven of Swords can be just kind of, you know, trying to sneak away from things. But I feel like they're being given the shot to not sneak away from things as much as they may have in the past, okay? Let's just clarify one more for this masculine's headspace. No, nothing. Okay, Yeah, the woman here and the public, the fountain, exactly. To me, what I see with this is like, this is all about public knowledge, and the moon is like repressed. And so this could be coming out into the open about a new beginning for themselves, about what's right for them again. Really having a new opportunity at this. Okay, just get a couple more and then we'll look at the heart space. Oh, here it is. I was looking for this. Anything else we need to know about the Divine Masculine and what they could be experiencing right now, what they're going through, what they're healing from? Divine Masculine energy. Abundance, yeah. So we have doubt here, which we had earlier too. Doubt and abundance. So I am a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. Exactly. The Magician here, the Chariot, the Three of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. And this is what I had envisioned, like giving them a hand of a new beginning, and then they can take it where they want. That's what I'm getting here. So they have to really use their intuition on what's best for them. Okay. So let's go ahead and look at the heart space that the masculines have towards the Divine Feminine. Really fresh energy though. It's just leaving behind anything that was clouding their judgment, which definitely there was individuals in their environment that were clouding their judgment for quite some time, I feel. And it's, you know, it could be a variety of things, from just superficial relationships to drugs, alcohol, things like that. And it feels like that's finally coming to a close because of the awareness that the universe has helped them with, but also just, you know, with their own growth, what they had to go through. Okay, so let's look at how the masculine is feeling about the Divine Feminine. Okay. So how is the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine in the heart space? How is the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine in the heart space? Yeah, the Moon, again. How is the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine in the heart space? The Hermit, the Two of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Okay. So we have two number 9 cards here, which, you know, I feel like is definitely their end of a cycle that they're on right now. With the Hermit, this, of course, would tell me that they just need some time right now to reconsider, not reconsider, but to, well, rest and reconsider, to try to just figure out where they're going here. I feel like with the Four of Wands showing, you know, this is the stability that they want to have, that establishment energy. But with the Two of Swords and the Three of Swords, I feel like they're afraid to be hurt as well. I feel like the masculines are definitely afraid of putting themselves out there, because that Nine of Wands can definitely point to it's been a long journey or it's been a long road, and they're just a little bit afraid. So they're just choosing to continue to go within right now until they feel like they're ready. And I think that that's why with the aces we just had, it's really all about them right now, in a way though that's good, in a way that's bringing them clarity upon how to best proceed. It's like again, they've been given all these tools, and they know that they have to use it in a wise way. They're not just going to rush forward to something. And I think that that's where the Hermit here comes through in the Nine of Wands. A lot of them are very solitary right now because they just got out of that illusion of somebody else or another situation. Because Three of Swords here, you know, there could have been multiple people involved, or maybe you are with somebody else and they could be kind of feeling like they're afraid to get hurt again, or they're afraid to put themselves in that illusion that they had just come from again. Even though they recognize the Divine Feminine as being the Four of Wands, they just are a little bit afraid again, I think, of putting themselves out there. How do they feel about the Divine Feminine? Yeah, wow, okay. So this is my deck of cards here again. Let's just see what comes through. Exactly. Whatever this person that they were involved in, or people, or whatever, really took a toll, I think. Yeah. We have influences here, dark attachments, third parties, resentment, upheaval, shock, the unexpected, trapped, and distance with avoiding. So this is kind of unfortunate, but what I feel is that it's just part of the journey, you know. And I think the Divine Masculine right now is carrying some resentment towards this other individual that they were involved in. For some of you, you know, if you had difficulties with this masculine, they could kind of be putting the resentment on the feminine. But that's only for some of you, because it feels more like a projection, not really what's reality. And I think that they've been caught kind of in this illusion for a while with other situations that they're kind of carrying. They're trying to distance themselves clearly here, because we have the Hermit, the distance, avoiding, and Nine of Wands. I think a lot of them are trying to push away, escape, and block the connection right now, but not in a way where I feel they don't want to be with the Divine Feminine. It's actually different, because we have that Four of Wands there. It's just the fact that they just went through a recent upheaval. A lot of them just recently went through something that shocked them, or that just kept them in a state of resentment towards, and it's clearly not about you, because we have third party here. So it's something that they had to go through. Again, that lesson that they had to go through right now. And we did have that Goddess of Rage too. So they could be dealing with somebody who's holding resentment against them, which is keeping them wanting to keep their distance from the feminine because of what they're going through. So they don't feel like giving up. Nine of Wands, they don't want to give up on the situation with the Divine Feminine, but they do have to push it away right now. They have to push it on the back burner right now until they feel like they are prepared, until they feel like they are ready, which is the best thing to do, I think. And that also could be why we have the Moon with the King of Cups too, is because they're keeping a repression of their emotions right now towards the Divine Feminine in a way where they know that they have to balance things out. They can't come through with an off-balance emotional state of mind towards the feminine, otherwise it's just going to repeat, you know, and they know that. And so, you know, this journey is not all about each other. It's all about our lessons that we have to go through in our lifetime. And I feel like it's a really, really tough, difficult karmic lesson that they had to go through, the Death card here. And so, you know, it's just kind of like it came full circle. No longer are they going to just be kind of like out there engaging with the wrong people. It's kind of just more of a grounded energy within themselves that they have to heal from before they're even prepared at all to come forward in a better way towards the Divine Feminine. A couple more, how they feel about the Divine Feminine in the heart space. How does the Divine Masculine feel about the Divine Feminine in the heart space? Yeah, exactly. They just closed out one door. They closed out one door here. Here's a double confirmation of the Four of Wands. We have the Star and the Two of Wands here. So right now, it's not so much that they're at a crossroads. I mean, of course, some of them could still be tied up with that, but a lot of them have broken free from that. Or, yeah, I guess some of them could be just on they're on that last final thread of upheaving that situation. And so with this here, it's one door into a healing door towards the Divine Feminine, which is the Four of Wands again. Really, really pivotal changes that they're going through in the collective right now. So just know that if you resonate with this and you're on this journey, it's just really about the self-discovery of, you know, who they are. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. In the Death, and the World, and the Star. Exactly, like just having to go through an unfortunate maybe anger or resentment of themselves. Why did they get themselves involved in that situation? Why did they do that to begin with? Why did they, you know, abandon the Divine Feminine? They're exhausted, see? But it's not directed at the Divine Feminine. It's like again, a projection, a snowball from what they've been through and the illusion that they've been trapped under, that they are now realizing was never real. And it was based on a faulty foundation. And now they just have to consciously make the right decision here. And I think they will, but they just definitely have a lot of resentment right now. And again, it's not towards the feminine necessarily. If it is, or if you feel like it is, it's probably just a lesson. It's a trigger, you know. That's so funny. Right when I pulled it, I was like, oh, I bet that disgusted card is going to come out again, and here it is. I honestly don't know why this keeps coming out. I don't know. It literally almost like 90% of the readings I do when I do use those cards, that disgusted card comes out. We have regretful and worried. Yeah. We have depressed that flew on the ground. A lot of them, unfortunately, are going through a really difficult time right now. It's very difficult. Yeah. They're really regretful about the way things happened, but again, they just need to heal. That's really what it is. They just need to heal and make sure that they can wrap up that cycle that they were in here. Yeah, relieved and trusting. See, they feel relieved that they're out of that situation, but they have to make sure they can regain the trust here, okay? Again, I don't know. This card just has some weird energy to it where it just flies out. I don't know if they're just disgusted with maybe the person they're dealing with, possibly. But I'm not going to pay too much attention to that. Yeah. So let's go ahead and get some messages from them to the feminine, and then we'll just look at a couple for the feminine, and then we'll close out the reading. Okay. Oh, here they are. So what does the masculine want to say to the divine feminine right now? I saw one flip over, but I don't know what happened to it. What does the masculine want to say to the divine feminine? Wow, exactly. Exactly. I'm in a much better headspace. I'm a better person because of you. I got spooked. 100%. This is definitely geared towards those of you where this masculine may have run away from you a long time ago, or maybe recently, and it was because they were under an illusion. You know, again, not some weird dark magic maybe for some, but like an illusion, as in they just didn't feel they didn't feel worthy maybe within themselves or who they were, and so they went off onto a distracted path, and they acknowledge now that they're a better person because of what you both have been through. They see this light here. They see the star. They see that you've been this guiding light for them in a way that's helped them heal, in a way that is a solid foundation, not a faulty foundation. And they're just pushing you away in a sense where they do have to kind of protect themselves right now, and they have to protect you. And if they are still entangled with this person, yeah, I don't know if I can meet your expectations. They do have some doubt about if they can really fulfill you, and I think that that's where they're keeping themselves blocked, because they don't want to get hurt again, and they don't want to hurt you, and they don't want to drag a toxic, dark situation into your connection, because now they're aware. Before they weren't aware, so they may have dragged like an energy vampire energy towards you because they didn't know any better. They weren't aware. But now they feel resentful and regretful towards the situation that has been it's almost like I'm hearing too, they're resentful at the person that has, or the situation that has kept you and them apart. Like they're resentful at that because they're realizing like, okay, you know, I should have, that's the person I should have gone through or that's what I should have done, but you know, pointing at maybe the karmic partner has kept me from you, from my person, or from the person I'm supposed to be with, or my family, or whatever. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the way that the lesson unfolds. Okay? Let's look at a couple for you, for the Divine Feminine. I say you only because most of you are Divine Feminines. If you guys are interested, let's take a look at, let's just take a look at a couple for the Divine Feminine's headspace. Where is the Divine Feminine's headspace right now? Divine Feminine. Yeah, Hanged Man. We have another Ace of Cups like we had for the masculine with the Ace of Swords. It's just a fresh beginning for everyone involved here. So the Hanged Man, the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like this is also no longer staying stuck. So remember we did have that victim before and surrender. I feel like if some of you have been stuck in your own mind, you're really going to be having the clarity to come out of that now because we have a new perspective. You're having a new perspective of yourself and of life and of where you're at. And so with this boat here, you're sailing into the sunset now, or the sun, you know, the lighter side of things, because you've had this awakening of who you are. This rainbow is coming down onto your head here, this perspective that you're gaining on everything. And so with the Eight of Swords, the lesson for the feminines could have been all this time that you were keeping yourself a victim too, of like, you know, maybe you felt like everything that was happening in the situation was because you were not worthy or because you were not loved. So it's kind of the same energy, but it's also different, you know. It's kind of like, now is the time to have the clarity that you are this person, or that you are enough. And I think that with the Eight of Swords, it's no longer keeping that captive energy within the self. For the feminines, at least, for their headspace. Where's the Divine Feminine's energy? Headspace for the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine's headspace and energy. Divine Feminine. High Priestess. A lot of you are very intuitive right now, very psychic, especially with the Hanged Man and the High Priestess, very deep, introspective awakenings here. So a lot of you could really be feeling like you're much more in tune with your intuition, you're much more in tune with what's right for you. And remember, going back to the beginning of the reading too, I think we had something about doubt and contemplation and nostalgia, keeping yourself a victim of the past, whereas now you're going with your intuition more than you are going with your logic. And I think that that's really a sign of spiritual ascension and spiritual awakening here. We have the same two cards we had for the masculine, Two of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles, which I kind of feel is intertwining the paths of each other. The Fool. The Fool taking a leap of faith here. So a lot of feminines are probably more in the frame of mind where they're a little bit more, it's more of an unstuck energy for the feminines, and for the masculines it's more about just seeing clearly through illusions, or seeing clearly through having the awareness that they have the tools to go through the maze. You know, I just was given a picture of like a maze. Like they have the tools to get out of the maze. Okay, and for you, it's like you have more of a sense of freedom within your own mind, like not being caught in the walls of your prison of your mind. Yeah, so I think this is cool because both masculine and feminine are kind of meeting together on this plane of the Three of Pentacles. So it's like both prioritizing what's right and what's important, and to move towards this collaboration. So let's get my cards again and see what else comes through for the feminines. So where is the Divine Feminines at this point within their headspace? Divine Feminines, where are they at within their headspace? Divine Feminine energies, where are you at within your headspace? Okay. We have longing here, aching, pining, and past love. A lot of you could be connecting again with your Divine Masculine, possibly feeling their energy with the High Priestess too. It doesn't feel like bad, it just feels like maybe you miss that energy, or maybe you missed that. We have the chemistry here, the spark that you may miss. It says spark, passion, desire with deja vu, which is actually karmic lessons, past life, and repeated patterns with one day. Someday, somewhere, another time. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are focusing on, we're not focusing, I should say, but you're feeling the energy of the Divine Masculine in a way that's kind of like a, you know, maybe one day this can happen, or maybe one day we can work this out. So you definitely still have this fire or this passion towards the masculine's energy, but at the same time, I think you're acknowledging that this has been a pattern. You know, this is a pattern that will just continue to repeat itself in a way that, of course, could be healed and could be worked on. But it does feel like you're moving forward in a leap of faith away from this and having the trust that possibly one day things can unfold or one day things can happen, but not in a way where, again, you're being rigid in that. You know, and so there's definitely still a passionate side to the feminines, though, you know, just within yourself. It could also be kind of like an Ace of Wands energy, where you're having a passion towards, you know, having a new beginning for yourself as well. So anything that the Divine Feminine needs to hear right now, just because, again, most of you are feminines, I just want to put this more as like advice. So what does the Divine Feminine need to hear right now? What does the Divine Feminine need to hear right now? Yeah, see, the same card in the beginning, we have guide. Everything is happening for a reason. I really feel that. It's like everything is being guided in the right direction right now. So just trust that process. Okay, we have a bunch of cards that flew away. Yeah, we have victim here with the Eight of Swords. So again, I think that that's that same energy where the masculine had this, but it was more, again, about like karmic partner and situations. And some feminines could have a karmic partner too. And that could be another thing you're breaking free from. But it's also, I feel, more of a, I just feel it's more of a, like a victim mentality in terms of not seeing that there maybe is another spark out there for you, or not seeing, it's kind of like the vitality is being brought back into your life, where you have more vitality with who you are and what you can experience. Like the Fool gives you all types of possibilities. And so I kind of feel like both masculine and feminine are having this like kind of in a sense like a free-spirited type of an attitude, but it's in different ways. For the masculine, it's like they're given, again, all the tools in their lap to make their life the way that it should be this time. And for the feminines, it's kind of like breaking free from the prison of thinking that this is the only person for me, or that this is maybe keeping yourself like you're not worthy for something, you know, that type of thing here. Yeah, so we have here union, we have compromise, and we have family with healing. So there's multiple people on all of these. There's a couple here, there's a couple here, and then with family. So this could be for some of you your blood family, or just finding your soul family, your soul tribe. And I feel like with compromise and union, this is definitely saying that it's, you know, it could be new love again for some of you, or this could be the masculine coming back into the feminine's life in order to compromise. And this is Spirit letting you know that, again, healing is in the works right now. And so focusing maybe on your family, or again, if this is your family that you have now, or, you know, if this is just your soul family, it does feel like this is the time to kind of collaborate with the Three of Pentacles too, and have the hope, you know, that things will work out is really what I'm getting here. Okay. So just for fun, I want to get the messages from the feminine to the masculine. What is the feminine's messages to the divine masculine? Feminine's messages to the divine masculine. We have I still love you. We have I need more time to figure things out. And I have I want to be authentic. I am no longer afraid. Yeah, that could be another thing too, is it's with this compromise and chemistry and the union and the Eight of Swords. Maybe in the past you felt like it was difficult to be maybe your true self, or it was difficult to trust. Maybe trust is more of the word. It was difficult to trust with the Fool, taking a leap of faith with an open heart, with an open mind. It just feels more open. It feels like letting go, again, of the past restrictions or the past walls that had been standing in your way. So this is untying it's like untying yourself and being authentic with who you are, and trusting that the path will lead you to where it's supposed to be. Trusting your intuition rather than getting in your mind about things. So with I need more time to figure things out, So for some of you, this could be because you have a family, or because you're already married, or because you don't know how to really implement this into your life, or you just need more time to heal. You need more time to work on your trust. And then we do have I still love you. So the feminines definitely are letting the masculines know that this is still something that they have this desire still. They have this longing. They have this desire that things can work out, but it's not in a way that's going to restrict their sense of freedom or their sense of life, you know. And that's, I think, what's going on. Okay, so last message here for the feminine. What they could be working on, what they could be going through for the divine feminine. Yeah, we have empathy here. So for some of you, you could be an empath here. We have indecision. Yeah. Since we have I need more time to work things out, it could be that some of you don't know whether or not you are wanting this back or not. And maybe that's because you have somebody new. Maybe that's because you have a family. Maybe that's because you have moved on, you know, and it could be that you're afraid of repeating the same pattern here again. So I think that, with the compromise too, it's like, should you or should you not compromise? It's not a lack of love, obviously. It's not a lack of wanting the passion, but maybe some of you feel like this passion here that you have, you know, is it only going to be passion, or is it only going to be short-lived? This chemistry here, you desire to feel that again. You desire to feel that energy, but it's kind of like you're putting, with this empath here, empathic, you're putting yourself first, you know, you're putting yourself first, and you're not going to, I think, take back an energy that is risky to you. But at the same time, you're opening your heart. So it's kind of like, you know, just kind of coming to terms of being in a compromise. Like maybe you have to just lay it all out in the line about how you feel and about what you want, and trust your heart, yes, but also it's just like kind of like a shaky energy, like you're not exactly sure, but at the same time you do want that chemistry again. So I think it's just a time to figure it out, you know. Since we have that I need more time to figure things out, for the feminines it could be time to just take a step back and make sure that you can figure out where you're going and figure out what you want. Okay, and yeah, that's what I see here. Alright, so I think I'm just going to leave it there, because I think it's been a little bit of a long reading here. I'm not going to go into an outcome because I'll probably do more updates. Let's just see if one of these fly out for the final message. Final message for anybody tuning in. That's too many. Final message here. That's too many. Just one. Final message. All right, let's do this. Yeah, reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. Exactly. So it's all about trust right now. It's all about reflection. And I'm getting a lot of that mirroring going on too. So just know that it's definitely time for a brand new beginning, and it's happening now. It's time for a brand new start. And just trust your intuition and trust your path at this point, and everything is going to work out regardless of what happens or which way it goes. Just lead with your heart, lead with your intuition, and make the decisions that are right for you. And it is going to be time to reflect and just to go through, especially for the masculine side, but it's going to be for both, I think, and that's just where we're at. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it resonated with you. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I'll be working on finishing the zodiac signs here in the next, like, say 4 days or so. And yeah, I wish you guys all the best. Much love.